Okay, good evening, everyone. Today is what's today? No, hang on. No, not this. First, yeah. Oh, today's Sunday. That's right. Okay, it's short Tanya. Guys, we're on page 62, right? 60. No, it's in the first in the Tanya here. In the Chayenu. We're on page 62. And first we're gonna start with Sfiras HaOimer. That's on page 139. And we counted 40 last night. So we're gonna say together, Hayoim, guys, together, Hayoim, Arboim, Yoim, Shehem, Chamisha Shavuos, Chamisha Yamim La Oimer. Okay, now into Tanya. We got Jojo here, and Aiden here, and Dylan and Yuda. Okay, here we go. It's quick. Okay. The flow, and in today's lesson, just as in the soul-body analogy, yesterday we spoke about how just like we have a neshama in our physical body, and we don't see it, you don't really see your soul. Do you see your soul? No, but you don't even feel it, but we know it's there. So too, Hashem is in the physical world, just like our soul is in our body. So the world is like the body, and Hashem is like the soul in that analogy. Okay? So when it comes to the soul-body analogy, the soul is both equally present throughout, yet its functions vary substantially between the various organs. You feel your soul in your heart. You feel your soul in your brain. You feel your soul in your toes. Maybe not as much. It's still there, but it has a different function than when it's in your mind and in your brain or wherever. Similarly, with godly light and energy in creation, he's both omnipresent. He's there everywhere. Someone said, is God everywhere? I said, God is everywhere. Not that he is everywhere physically. He is the word everywhere. He is everything. So of course he's everywhere. It's hard to explain that. Of course he's everywhere. He is everywhere. No, not that he's everywhere. He is everywhere. He is everything. It's interesting. And yet very different in each realm according to its properties. So Hashem is everywhere, but different in different places, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Just like we don't know what the difference is between our soul being in our toe and in our heart. You can't really define that, but that's what we learn. In a similar manner, just like figuratively speaking, the blessed Ein Sof fills all the worlds as to animate them, there's a similarity between the soul in the body and God in all the worlds, just as in the analogy in the muscle, like the parable, the story, if you will. The soul is found within and gives energy and life to your entire body, not just to your heart, not just to your brain, not just to your lungs, but every single part of your body, even your hair. In a parallel manner, Ein Sof, which means Hashem's light, fills and is found in all the worlds, not just in this world. There are spiritual worlds above us. When we say above, it's not higher, lower, like up there. It's spiritually higher. And in each world, there are creatures without limit or end, and many different levels of different angels that are, some are more spiritual, some are less, different souls, and so on. And so too, in the abundance of the worlds, without end or limit, one higher than the other, and so on. I gotta update you. I'm live on Zoom, so we're recording. I gotta update you. I saw Rabbi today. In the realm of the spirit, separate and distinct entities are the result of their being on different spiritual grades and levels. Thus, a multitude of worlds implies a multitude of varying levels of spirituality. If we say that in Bria or Yetzirah, in the higher worlds above ours, there's godliness in those worlds. If we talk about those worlds, it means there are many, many different levels as well. Hence, the sheer numerousness of worlds and created beings each differ from the other in its spiritual gradation. So there's always different levels. Just like you could say, let's say in baseball, for example, there's so many different levels. There's coach pitch, and then there's T-ball or T-ball, then there's coach pitch, and then there's the minor leagues, then there's the major leagues, then there's the high school. And even within, and there's travel baseball, even within the same age level, this group is better than that group. We play during the week, we play, there's the A division and the B division, we're all the same age. So there's so many different levels. And if you're past that, you go to play tournaments. They're much better, obviously, and then there's the Major League Baseball, and it goes up from there. Just an example. Early on, when explaining this analogy, the Alter Rebbe points out that despite the vast differences that exist between one bodily organ and the other, the soul's essence is equally found in all of them. Again, like we said, the toe and the heart. You need your heart to live. You need your brain to live. You don't necessarily need the toe. You can live without one. Okay, I have 9 more. But you still have the soul that's giving every single tiny little part of your body, your elbow, a pinky finger. There are some people that lose a part of their body, but they're able to function just fine. But nevertheless, whatever part of the body they have, including your hair, when we said, still has energy, godly energy that gives it life. He now goes on to explain that in the analog of the Ein Sof as well, the essence of Ein Sof is found in hidden manner equally within all the worlds, which means Hashem is there to give life in every single part of the world, but sometimes we see that in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the holy Beis HaMikdash, or in a shul, or Chaim and Natir at the oil right now. You obviously see that there's more holiness in certain places, but that doesn't mean in an unholy place God cannot be found. God is everywhere, otherwise it wouldn't exist. So the core and essence of the light of God is the same in the higher worlds and the lower worlds. It's everywhere equally. And it cannot be said that it's only found in the brain and not in the feet. And it's written in the Tikkunim that he is hidden from all the hidden. This means to say, this means to say that even in the higher worlds. So if you say that God is hidden in this world, he's also hidden in the higher worlds. Even, you could say, angels, they're more spiritual. Doesn't make a difference. Angels also can't see God. Maybe there's more of a revelation of godliness, of the ray of light of God, but not of the essence of God. Thus, the intent of the Tikkun Iyar is not that God is more concealed than are all other hidden things, but that he's concealed even from the hidden worlds. What's the reason for this? For no thought can grasp him, even the higher worlds. Not that malachim, not that angels have a brain. They're a different type of being. But there's some way of comprehension, whether they feel it, sense it, smell it, I don't know, but they cannot grasp godliness. No created being can grasp godliness, and anything that's in the entire universe is a creation of God. So they cannot grasp godliness because God is equally concealed in all worlds, and no distinction can be made. So he's in all the worlds, and he's concealed in all the worlds. Make sense? Just as God is found in the upper worlds, in the spiritual worlds, in Gan Eden, and the Kisehelia, and all these holy places where all the holy righteous people go, and even as we say before we begin Perkei Avos, we say, Kol Yisrael yesh lehem chelik le'olam haba. Every Jew has a portion of the world to come. Sometimes you need to go through a little cleansing process till you get there, but everybody hopefully is in a good place once they pass on, and they're able to sit and study and be in a good place. But even over there, there's no revelation where they see God. It's more spiritual. And just as he's found with regard to where God is to be found, just as he's found there in the higher worlds, so is he to be found in the very lowest world. So if you think God can be found in the higher worlds more, you know what? If we search him and we seek him and we sense him and we look for him down in this world, he'll be revealed in this world as well. Meaning, not revealed that we can see godliness, but we can sense a certain level of spirituality that Hashem exudes. So there are many layers to take away. There are many layers in creation, beginning with a pristine spiritual world, the holiest of highest worlds, Atzilus, and goes all the way down to this material world. And all the energy is contained within God, but it does not define him. So God is here, but he's hidden. And that's the way it is in all the worlds, just like we have a neshama that's very much a part of us, but we don't see it, we don't sense it. So too God is in every part of the world, no matter what. There's no part of the world different than him. I said this yesterday, that a woman actually texted me on Friday. She had a question and said, God is in a lot of places, but wherever he isn't, there's rabbis there to answer the question. And I said, no, God is everywhere because he is everywhere. He is the concept of everywhere. And she was so, it was a lot more back and forth, but anyway, she was so happy with the answer and being able to ask a question and get an answer right away. She sent in $613, 613 corresponding to the mitzvahs. So I told her you could ask a question anytime you want. Anyways, have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning in B'etz Hashem. Take care.